أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So we will be learning ayat number 22 to 24 of Surah AnNamal today. We'll do a simple translation first, inshallah. The ayat 22 is a continuation of the previous couple ayats, where in the background before this Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions that once Sulaiman alayhi salam took the attendance of his birds which were part of his army, and he found that one of the birds, Hudhud, was missing from there, and it did not please him, and he suggested that when he finds him, he will punish him. So this ayat number 22 continues after that. So we'll do a simple translation. The ayat starts with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. فَمَكَثَ غَيْرَ بَعِيدٍ. So now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about the bird now, that this bird did not take very long, but he came back. And we will understand more details of that. فَقَالَ, and he said, the bird said now to Sulaiman alayhi salam, he said, أَحَطُّ بِمَا لَمْ تُحِطْ بِهِ. I have learned something, I have comprehended something which you do not know, which you have no knowledge of. The bird is telling Sulaiman alayhi salam that I have come to know, I have learned something, I have found out something which you don't know anything about. Then he further says, وَجِئْتُكَ, and I have come to you, min Sabain, from the country of Sheba, binabain yaqeen, with the news which is a definite, certain news. Then he is telling what that news is he is bringing to Sulaiman alayhi salam. So bird is telling now Sulaiman alayhi salam, Inni wajadtu, I indeed have found, and then he talking about a woman. Imra'atun is the actual word, but in the recitation is Inni wajadtum ra'atan. I have found, I have seen a woman, tamlikuhum, she is ruling over them. And he is talking about the queen of Sheba, who was the ruler at that time of that country. And he further says, this is what bird is saying, وَأُوتِيَتْ مِنْ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ, and everything, all the worldly blessings have been given to her, which means she has everything in the kingdom. وَلَهَا أَرْشٌ عَظِيمٌ, and for her is a great throne. And we'll look into that. Then the bird continues his statement to Sulaiman alayhi salam. He says, وَجَدْتُهَا, I have found her, وَقَوْمَهَا, and her people. يَسْجُدُونَ, they are making sajda, لِلشَّمْسِ, to the sun. So they are worshipping sun. Min dunillahi, other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَزَيَّنَا, and have been beautified, adorned, made pleasing, lahum, to those people, ash-shaytanu, the shaitan, a'malahum, their deeds. So whatever their deeds they are doing, whatever things they are doing in their land, shaitan has made them pleased about them, they are happy that they are doing good deeds. Fasaddahum, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is quoting the statement of bird, fasaddahum, and they have been kept away, they have been stopped by anis sabil, from the right path, by the shaitan. Fahum la yahtadun, and then they do not find any guidance. They are not guided people anymore. So these are the statements that bird is making and informing Sulaiman alayhi salam. So we'll go in the beginning and do a detailed breakdown of these words of the Quran. The ayat number 22 starts with the word fa makatha. So fa is separate and fa means so or then, but the root letters are mim, kaf, and tha. The meaning, I'm going to go into a little bit details. The meaning of these three letters is to stay. Stay, for example, stay somewhere for a short time and then depart from there. So one other example of these three root letters is in the case of Musa alayhi salam, that when he was returning from Midian with his family, he saw some fire. So he told his family, Famakathu, stay there. Okay? Which means I have seen a fire, I want to go and get something from there. So you just stay there. So Makatha, these root letters is staying somewhere for short duration from the context of this ayat. So if I put three fathas, it will mean he stayed. Now who is he? The bird. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that so then the bird stayed, and the meaning will not be complete until we complete the next two words. The word is ghaira ba'idin. So the word ghair is not or other. So here we will take the meaning of this as not. Something which is against something. Okay. Ba'da are the other three root letters. And this has meanings to be after or later or something. But the noun we are making is ba'idun. Ba'idun means something which is long or far away. The full word is ba'idun with two dhammas. Okay, ba'ad, later or farther or longer, many meanings of this thing. And this is used for time and distance both. So ba'idun. So when you put the word ghaira before that, ghaira is a harf jar. It will change the sound of ba'idun to ba'idin. The meaning of these two combined is not very long, not long. So combining the three words, famakatha, so he stayed out of the sight of Sulaiman alayhi salam, ghaira ba'idin, not very long, which means once Sulaiman alayhi salam found out that he was missing and he was angry, it didn't take very long, the bird came back. So that's the meaning of three words. Famakatha ghaira ba'idin, the bird did not take much time, but it came back. He did not stay out of the sight of Sulaiman for very long, ghaira ba'idin, but he came back. So when he came back, he said something. Faqala, fa means then or so. Qala, he said. Here qala is pointing to the bird again. So bird is speaking something even before Sulaiman alayhi salam could ask him. He started telling something to Sulaiman. What did he tell? First of all, the root letters are ha, waw, and ta. These are three letters, so they belong to Bab Fa'ala. We are going to make another word by adding an alif in the beginning. It's a Bab Af'ala. So this will become alif, ha, waw, and ta. Okay. The sound of this Bab is Af'ala. So the waw will have everything will have a fatah on it. But the sound of waw with fataha changes into the sound of alif. So it becomes ahata. Ahata, one word we know, that is a circle or surrounding something is called ahata. But the meaning, the verbal meaning of this word ahata is to surround something, to encompass something, to comprehend something, to learn something, to come to know to something. So there are many meanings. So here we are taking the meaning ahata, to learn something, to get a knowledge of something. Okay. Now, then the rule is that if you have three words, fa'ala, and you put a ta at the end with a dhamma, so it becomes the meaning of fa'altu, and this ta with the dhamma brings the meaning of I and the past tense. So fa'ala means to do, fa'altu, I did. Okay? So the rule of the template is that you add a ta with a dhamma, it brings the meaning of I and the past tense. So we are going to do that here. We are going to add a ta at the end, and this alif is just a sound, so we don't pronounce, we just drop that. So this becomes ahattu, that's the word in the Quran. Ahattu means I, and the past tense means I have learned, I have encompassed, I have gotten some information, some knowledge. Faqala, so the bird said, I have learned something, I have found out something, I have known something. Then he further says, Bima. Bima means of that. B is one letter and will translate as of or about, or ma means that. Of that or about which, many meanings you can do to fit in the right sentence. Lam tohit bihi. So let's understand that word. We just learned that ahata means to learn here. We are using this word ahata. Okay. So now we are going to use a different template. So if you have these three letters, fa, ain, and lam means to do. Taf'alu, if I put a ta in the beginning and pronounce as taf'alu. Fa'ala means to do. Taf'alu is the grammar of you, one person, and present tense. So you do. So this time we are going to use this template. Taf'alu, you do or you are doing. So you put a ta in the beginning and it gives the grammar of present tense and you, second person, taf'alu. So we are going to apply that grammar here. So when we apply that, the template will tell you, and I'm going to drop one letter again, alif, so it becomes tohitu. If alif is dropped, now this is the three letters. If you have four letters, like afala, then the grammar is tufuilu. So this ta has a dhamma and this letter has a kasra, so that's the reason the first letter ta has a dhamma and this letter has a ha, has a kasra. So tohitu. Tohitu means you learn. Okay, present tense. Important thing is that right now the meaning is that present tense. So tohitu means you learn. Now we are going to put another letter before that, which is lam. Lam does few things. First thing lam does is makes the meaning negative. So it brings the concept of not. So if you're saying you learn, you don't learn. Okay. Second thing lam does is that it changes the last letter tha, dhamma to a sukoon. And third thing it does, it pulls the statement in the past tense. So this was present tense, but now it became past tense. So lam tohit, which is the word in the two words in the Quran, means you did not know. I have come to know, I have found out something. Bird is saying that information, lam tohit, O Suleiman, you do not know about that. That is what it is. You did not know, lam tohit. Here, ta is pointing to Suleiman. You did not know. Bihi means of which or about that. So bihi, actual word is bihu, but B is a harf jar, and in the pronunciation, they pronounce he. So he is pointing about the news. Okay, that news which I have found out, that information that I have found out, you do not know anything about that information. So bihi means that thing. Is pointing to the knowledge, the learning, the information. Then he further says, now he says that, where did I go? I'm going to tell you where was I gone. So in the next words were ji'ituka. So vav means and. He's continuing his conversation by saying and. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying. Now the next root letters are jim, ya and hamza. The meaning of these three letters is to come. Okay, so we will use that meaning. To come. Okay. Now, again, if we have these three letters, fa'ala, to do, if I put a ta at the end with a dhamma, fa'altu, okay, this is the grammar of first person I and present tense, or past tense, I did. Fa'altu means I did. So we are going to apply that template here and combine jim, ya, hamza and ta. Okay, and pronounce for now I'm going to write the fatah here, sukoon here and dhamma there. However, the sounds, the meaning of these four letters with these harakat is that I came. Okay, I came. First person and the past tense. Now in the recitation, this ya is a weak letter, so we drop this ya, but its sound of the ya we push on the previous letter. So this is what it becomes. Ji'tu. Ji'tu means I came. Ka means you, and you is point. I here is bird. Ka means you, and you is pointing to Suleiman. So bird is saying, Ji'tuka, I have come to you, O Suleiman. I have returned back to you, O Suleiman. So here is important thing is that where are these pronouns pointing to? Ji'tu, this to is pointing to I, bird is speaking. Ka is pointing to you, he's talking to Suleiman. So it's pointing to Suleiman. So bird is saying to Suleiman alayhi salam, I have come back to you. Ji'ituka. That's all. Then he says, where am I coming back from? Where was I gone? The word is kingdom of Sheba is called Saba'un, with two dhammas at the end. Okay. Then you put a min. Min means from, and min is a harf jar. Harf jar will change these two dhammas to two kasras, so it becomes saba'in. Okay, it's written with a hamza, which is you can write down with a hamza. But important thing is that that if you pronounce, it will be min saba'in. Okay, I'm just going to write down that because sound will change in a minute. Min Saba'in. Saba'in is a land, country, Sheba. Min, it became two kasras because of the min harf jar. Now, if in the tajweed there is a letter or a word after this word, which is the sound of noon. Saba'in is the sound of noon. If there is a ba, then this ba impacts the backward and changes the sound of noon to a sound of meme. That's purely the action of this letter ba. Sound of ba, ba changes the sound of noon to the sound of meme. So the final comment, because the next word is be, and it's part of a word and we'll come to that. but B is there in the beginning. Min saba'im. Don't say saba'in anymore because now the tajweed has changed. Next word is a combination of two. Noon, ba, and alif means to give some news, to give some information. Noun is made by naba'un. Naba'un. Again, I'm going to put two dhammas, two fathas. So this is the word, naba'un. Okay. Now we are adding B in the beginning, which is this B. Okay. So that means with. Translators of these, B will be with or of. But combination of all these four words are changing each other. So this B, which is actually this B, is changing sound of noon to sound of mim. Then B is a harf jar. Harf jar will change two dhammas to two kasras. So it becomes binabain, with the news. I have come to you from Sheba with the news. That's what he's saying. I have brought some news to you. And what he is to confirm that, he is saying this is the news of certainty. Yaqeen. There is no doubt in this news that I have come to you. So yaqeen, we know this word commonly, is a sifat of the news, is a quality or adjective of the news. That this news is a definite news, I'm not making up, or this is not some rumor I have heard from somewhere. This is a yaqeen news. And the word is yaqeenun, but sifat of naba is a kasra, so yaqeenun became yaqeenin. Because sifat follows, adjective follows the noun. So if the noun has two kasras, the sifat will have two kasras, otherwise it is yaqeenun. So I have come to you, O Sulaiman, with some news which is a definite news. There is no doubt in that news. Then he is telling you what have I learned from Sheba. Inni wajadtum ra'atan. So let's understand that word. The first word is made of two parts, inna and ya. Inna means surely. He's again telling that this is a definite news, no doubt what I'm telling you. And ya means I. And this I is pointing to the bird because bird is continually speaking. So when you combine these two, they are pronounced as inni, not inna ye anymore, inni. Surely I. So he's confirming that I'm speaking the truth and this is a confirmed news. Okay, so the next word is wajadtu. Let's understand that word. Waw, jim and dal are the root letters. This means to find. And we know the words mawjood is from the same root letters. Mawjood is something which is there, which is present there, which can be found. So that's mawjood. But wajada means to find. So when I put a ta at the end, we just learned that it brings the grammar of ta with a dhamma means I. Wajadtu, this ta with a dhamma brings the meaning of I, and the past tense is found. I have found, or I found. Wajadtu, separately, pronunciation is wajadtu. Now, in the tajweed, in the recitation, the makharij of dal and ta are very close to each other. So Qari says, because these two are very close to each other, he does not recite dal, but he recites ta twice. So now the sound is wajadtu, not wajadtu anymore. Wajadtu, because you have to pronounce this. Now, one more thing I want to point out, that if you are reading the Uthmani script of the Quran, so initially there was a sukoon there. In the Usmani script, they removed the sukoon completely telling that this dal has no sound anymore, don't read this, it is written there because it's a part of the verb. So they leave that. In the Indo-Pak Quran, they leave the sukoon there. Indo-Pak script of the Quran, they leave the sukoon there, which I believe they should have taken it out. But this is the script. They do it. It creates a confusion that how should the Qari read? Should he read this dal or should he read this ta twice? Okay. So the better thing is that it should be removed completely, which is done in the Uthmani script of the Quran correctly. Okay. So inni wajadtu. Next word is made is imra'atun. This is the actual word. Imra'atun means a woman. One woman is imra'atun, ek aurat. Okay, imra'atun. And this alif is hamza actually. Imra'atun. So you have to pronounce ra and hamza separately. Alif, imra'atun. Now, this word, when you combine with wajadtu, you combined this ta of this first word with the meme. So do not pronounce this alif. So it just becomes hamzatul wasl. So the sound is inni wajadtum. Okay, ra tun is the actual word, but from the meaning, I have found a woman. So woman is the maf'ul or object of wajadtu. When a noun comes an object or a maf'ul, then to represent that we change two dhammas to two fathas, so it becomes ra'atan. Inni wajadtum ra'atan. I indeed have found, definitely I have found in my trip to Sabah a woman. Okay, now he's telling what is that woman doing there. Some women, first he talks about them. The root letters is mim, lam and kaf. It has several meanings, but if I pronounce with the lam as a kasra, this becomes the meaning of to rule. Malik is the master or the ruler. So malika means to rule. Okay. Now, when I put a ta in the beginning and pronounce tamliko, it becomes the grammar of she, this ta with a fatha, she rules or she is ruling. This woman, tamliko, is ruling, whom means them. Them is pointing to the people of the city, people of the country, Sheba. Tamliko whom? She is a ruler of them. She is a queen of them. She is ruling over them. So I have found a woman in the kingdom of Sheba. She is the queen. She is the ruler of them, those people there, whom is pointing to the people of the city. Second thing he is saying that wa'utiyat. Okay, wow means and again the word is alif, ta, ya. This means to come. But if I add another alif and make it a 4, bab 4, which is af'ala, the meaning of these 4 letters is to give. Okay. Now, utiyat is a passive, has been given. Okay. So this word, when we will translate as utiyat, it will mean she has been given, which means Allah has given her something. So that's what, and then actually from the next few words, it will become that kingdom was a very rich kingdom. So Allah had bestowed His best, worldly things over the kingdom, and the woman was ruling, but then they were doing something else. So utiyat. Now the next 3 words have to be understood together. Min kulli shay'in. These are 3 words, but they affect each other. Min means of or from or among. And this is a harf jar, min. Kullun is the word. Kullun means all. And the next word is, this is kullun, and the next word is shayun. Shayun means things. Okay. So these are three separate words. Okay. When you combine them, first of all, you combine these two as mudaf, mudaf ilayh, of all things or from all things. Or so when you combine, one dhamma goes from here, it becomes kullu, and these two dhammas go away and becomes two kasras, so it becomes kullu shay'in, everything or all things. Then min is a harf jar, kullu will be changed by that to kulli. So combination of these three words affecting each other should be pronounced together, should be understood together. Min kulli shayin, of all the things or of everything. So the kingdom is very rich. Allah has given him or them, the people of the land and the queen, all kind of blessings. So min kulli shayin, of all kinds of things have been given. Now Allah, the bird is further saying, Walaha arshun azimun. Wow is and, la and ha. Ha is pointing to the queen, her or she. And for her, which means she has something, she possesses something, walaha, and the word is arshun. Arshun is a throne, okay? And then the word sifat of that throne is that it's a great, marvelous throne. Azim here does not mean that it's a huge, but whatever size it has, it's a very beautifully designed and made. Azim is a great, okay? So she has a throne in her palace, which she uses for sitting, is a very azim, great throne. So this is the information he brought about. He continues saying further few more things. He says, now this word is again the same we just learned. Wajattu, that's the word came there. I found. He's saying, now I found. What did I found? Ha. Ha is pointing to the queen of Sheba again. Wajattuha, I have found her. I have found her. Okay. So this is wajattuha written together. What have I found? Not only her. Wa qawmaha. So the word is qawmun. Important thing is that in the pronunciation we should pronounce qawmun is the word. With the two dhammas. Qawmun means people. Okay. Two dhammas or two pesh. When you combine with the ha, which is again pointing to the queen, ha, her or she, combination of these two will be remove one dhamma, so it becomes qawmuha. Qawmu. So actual word is, if you just reading these two words together, it is qawmuha. Her pupil, her qawm. Okay, but this word is coming as a maf'ul of finding. Wajattu, I found. So that is a verb, and the effect of the verb is that this becomes object of maf'ul, and whenever that happens, we change fatha, dhamma to a fataha. So final word becomes qawmaha. If wajattuha was not there, then it will remain qawmuha. Wajad is the verb, and that is making qawma. So I have found her and her pupil. So she is including what he is going to talk about. Common words. Sajada, to make sajada, to prostrate. Yasjuduna, they are making sajda. Okay, so which means they are worshipping. Okay, here is making sajda means they worship. She worships, and her people in the country also worship. What do they worship? Lishamsi. The word is simple, but I want to make sure that we understand the construct of that. Sheen, Mim, and Seen are the root letters, and the noun is Shamsun. First time when you make the word, it says Shamsun. Okay, Shamsun means sun. Now you put al before that. Al means the. Okay, al will remove one dhamma, so it will become al shamsu. But sheen is a shamsi letter, it kills the sound of lam and takes over its own sound twice. So lam sound goes away, you remove that, it becomes ash shamsu, the sun. Now the meaning became the sun, because there is only one sun for our earth or solar system. So what is ash shamsu? Now you put a lam with a kasra. This means two or four. This is the harf jar. So first thing harf jar will do is will look at the last letter and change dhamma to a kasra, so it becomes shamsi. Then in the tajweed, this alif is not pronounced and not written also. So this totally goes away. So it becomes lish shamsi. This lam is not pronounced to begin with. So lam, this particular lam of goes with the sheen. Lish shamsi, to the sun. They are worshipping to the sun. Min dunillah, other than Allah. Dunun is the word. Dunun means other. And Allahu is the word. Allahu. So when you combine these two first together, Allahu will change to Allahi, and here one dhamma goes away. Standard rule of mudaf mudafileh. So word is dunullahi. If the two of them are together, dunullahi. But min is a harf jar. When you combine this, it will change duno to duni. Other than, translation here will be other than. Other than Allah. Min dunillahi, these are the words here in the Quran. They are worshipping sun other than Allah, leaving Allah. Then he further says, he looks like he's a very smart bird. He's saying, or Allah is quoting his statement, وَزَيَّنَ لَهُمُ الشَّيْطَانُ. Zayyana, za, ya and noon are the letters. And the word zinat, beautification, is from these three letters. And these are three letters, so they belong to fa'ala. Okay. I'm going to make a bigger word by adding a shadda on the middle letter. So this becomes zayyana. Zayyana means someone is beautifying something, someone is making something look better or good or adornment. So zayyana is activity one person is doing over other person. So that is the word in the Quran. Zayyana, when I put the fathas, it means he beautified, he made beautiful, he adorned, he made look pleasing, he made look good. Okay, so that is the word in the Quran, Zayyana. Now, so this word is a he, third person, but we don't know who he is. He beautified, or he made looking very pleasing. But the word after that is ash-shaytanu, And shaitano has a dhamma on the noon, which means whenever you have this word with the last letter on dhamma, that replaces he. So it becomes the shaitan has beautified. Lahum, for them. La means for, hum means them. Them are the people of the town, of the city, or Sheba, including the queen. So shaitan has made beautified or made look good or adorned for them. What has he beautified? A'malahum. Again, one important thing is that amalun is the noun. Amalun means a deed, one activity. Its plural is a'maluhum. A'malu. So full word is amalun. A'malun, if I wrote, you can write down separately or together as it is written there, short alif, but the word is pronounced a'malun. A'malun means deeds or actions. And then you combine with whom. Whom means them. And this is pointing to the people of the Sheba. So when you combine these as two mudafila, you lose one dhamma. It becomes a'malohum. Important thing is that separately, when these two are combined, it becomes a'malohum. But the amal, the deeds are beautified. Someone has made them to look beautiful. So amalo now became object or maf'ul, and whenever that happens, we change the ma to a fataha. So the final word is a'malahum. Important thing is that pronounce correctly, otherwise meaning will not be right. So shaitan has made beautified or look pleasing to them their deeds. Whatever they are doing, they think they are doing very super job. They're doing very good job by worshipping the sun or doing whatever they are doing. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses the next word fa, means so, hum means them, and this is pointing to the people of Sheba, but swad, dal are the root letters. Sadada means to hinder, to stop someone from doing something. Okay, so sadda, when you combine sadada, dal, two dals will be pronounced with a shadda. So the final words will be sadda. Sadda means he stopped. He kept them away. Hum means them. Fasaddahum, and this sadda, he is pointing to shaitan. Shaitan has kept them away. He has stopped them, these people, from where? Anis sabili. An means from, and sabil means the right path. So anis sabilun is the full word. Again, in Arabic, one word changes the other word. So word is sabilun. Sabilun means right path in this case. Not just a path, but opposite of the action of the shaitan. So sabilun means right path. Then you put al before that. The right path. And this al, seen is a shamsi letter, so you pronounce as-sabi. Al changes one dhamma, so it becomes as-sabilu. Then you put a harf-e-jar, an means from. Harf-e-jar will change this dhamma to a kasra, and you pronounce noon with the seen. Anis sabili, from the right path. Shaitan has stopped them from following the guided path, the right path. He further says, Fahum la yahtadun. Fa means so, hum means they are the people of the Sheba. La means not, hada means to guide. And actually these are the three letters. They belong to the Bab Fa'ala and we make the word ihtada. If ta'ala Ihtada means to guide someone. Okay, this is ihtada. You add an alif in the beginning and a ta, so it becomes ifta'ala. This alif and this ta, okay, changes the word and the meaning. So start with the three letters, add alif and ta, this alif and this ta. The final word is ihtada. Ihtada means to guide. One person is guiding the other person. This word yahtadun is from this because there is a ta. Yahtadun, they are guided. La yahtadun, they are not guided. So they have been sent astray because they are following the path of the shaitan, or shaitan has made them feel that whatever they are doing a great job. So they are misleaded, they are misguided. Allah says they are not guided. So this is the speech of the bird, that he conveyed the message to Sulaiman alayhi salam. And we will continue reading what Sulaiman said after that, Sulaiman salam, what he did after that. The topic continues, but it's a very profound way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has, in a very linguistically as well as the matter of the subject, very beautifully presented here as the knowledge, the understanding that Allah has given to the other creation. Human being thinks that they are the smart ones, but look at that, the bird, he is not only observing, but he is analyzing. And after analyzing, he is concluding that they are wrong completely. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to understand the Quran and guide us to the right path. Sadaqallahul Azim.